We are still here at the open house with BOBST in Alpharetta, and I just met Dale from TLMI, and I didn't know about you guys, but you are apparently the ones that I should know about, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Dale, so why are you here at BOBST Open House?
Well, BOBST is a member of the Tag and Label Manufacturers Institute, TLMI, and we love any opportunity that we have to go out and visit with our members at their facilities.
And when you come into like a venue like this, I can take that you see, of course, BOBST as a member, but you also see potential members?
We see potential members, and there are a handful of other members that are printers that are here with us today.
So you didn't really have time to talk to me today, right? You had to talk to potential.
I've been busy. I've been busy.
So what is it that TLMI offer to your members?
It's mostly a chance to network with people that are in your same industry. So our membership is about half printers and half people that supply to printers. We do a couple face-to-face events every year and try and bring those people together to have conversations. But we believe in community and insight and advocacy. So we also have committees doing a lot of work to just promote the general advancement of the industry.
And if you look at the industry, I mean, I think I spoke to a young man, Michael, just before, and he just said that because, you know, everybody has been influenced somehow by the pandemic, but he was actually positively influenced because there was a need for labels in a totally different scale than before. So how do you see the state of the label industry in America right now?
It's very strong. I would agree with Michael. He's a member of TLMI. We have probably had the majority of our membership see significant growth during the pandemic, and we don't see that going away.
And that is like quite interesting because, I mean, when we're here, obviously this is a company that wants to sell machines, but it's also like, you know, the market is changing towards digital because private labels, the growing need for technologies that can basically utilize this kind of, do you also kind of teach and educate people about the market trends and how things are changing? Or?
We do. We sponsor a couple studies a year that give that outlook of what's coming, and it's based on surveys of our members, so we're actually getting content directly from the membership that we can share in a broader sense to the rest of our members.
Quite interesting, and it must be nice because, I mean, if you are in a segment of the industry where you don't see growth, it's never as fun as being part of a growth, right?
No, I think it was rough for, you know, durable goods at the beginning when none of us could get that washing machine when it broke, but I think all of that's starting to turn around as well. Economies.
And you say that your members can keep the level that they achieved during the pandemic. Do you think it is something that can even grow from there? Because, I mean, the reason I'm asking is just because, I mean, if you look at the technology, if you look at consumer, is it at all important to have labels on, let's say, if you go into e-commerce and things like that? I mean, where do you see those things?
Well, I think a lot of us got accustomed to ordering things in, and I don't see that changing, so I think there'll still be a large demand for shipping labels and product goods labels, things that really grew during the pandemic.
You said to me before we turned on the camera that you were working with the engagement side of your members. So how do you do that in daily life?
A lot of ways. We put out a newsletter to non-members that we're aware of. We try and attend events like this where we might meet some people. We're big supporters of Label Expo in America every 2 years, so we make a lot of connections there as well.
And now you mentioned Label Expo. I mean, it was quite a success in Chicago, right?
Yes, it was a good show, very good show.
I mean, we did a lot of films from there, and I mean, it seemed that everybody was like, I wouldn't say back to normal, because maybe there's a new normal to it. When you look at also the more, let's say, conventional ways of promoting a show like Label Expo, things like that, do you think there's a need for change in that perspective, or can it just go back to good old times?
Yeah, I think it's always evolving. I think they're always thinking about the best way to approach the industry, but I think so many people were separated during the pandemic that every time we now have a chance to get together, it's like this industry is a big family and everybody is so excited to be together in person. So there's a lot of value in that, regardless of the venue.
What was, in my opinion, interesting from Label Expo was that I think it's the first Label Expo I ever attended where there was no Flexo machines at all. Yeah. Is that also something you noticed?
Yeah, and it was my first Label Expo in a very, very long time, but definitely Flexo was missed, I think, by some of the attendees, so I hope that some of those presses are back next go round.
Probably, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.